Company's called AddMovement. We've produced this product since 2012. It was found by a lovely lady called Marit Sundin, who herself is disabled. She was driven over by a truck when she was 3 years old and basically lost both of her legs and realised she needed something to get her around. Hence the Add seat was born. It's a very small footprint. It's smaller than most wheelchairs. It actually takes up a very small amount of space. But the key thing is it allows you to go over some fantastic terrain like sand, grass. And I had one of my customers in New York said to me, he said, I've been to a place in New York which I've never been to before. It's called Central Park. He's never been on the grass in Central Park. He found that fantastic. And that's the whole thing about it, because it changes how people perceive you and how you are perceived. What are Add seats markets? Well, we've seen two markets. One is when the product was designed, it was designed for the disabled group. And that's gone very well for us. And we've actually been authorised by the Employment Office here in Sweden, Arbetsförmedling, and they will actually support that product being bought by a customer. In various other countries, exactly the same. And last year, we went to the NHS in the United Kingdom, and we're talking to them with the Department of Works and Pensions, because there's two markets. There's one market which is disability. The other market is actually getting people back to work. Now we get people back to work, well, we sit them on an Add seat. It gives them mobility, it gives them flexibility. The company itself started in 2012, and Marit was honoured with the Female Innovator of the Year back in 2014. Since then, we've had various awards that have been given to us, but at the same time, we've also been selling the product. The product's been out in the marketplace. We've actually getting it out there. Customers are buying it with their own money. This is not actually just the Department of Employment or Arbetsförmedling or a health centre. This is actually people buying it with their own money. So we've got two very distinctive markets, the aging population and also the disabled market. Last year we were chosen by the EU as one of the top 10 sustainable mobility companies in Europe, and that was out of 500 companies. That gave us a lot of credibility across Europe and has been extremely useful for us to get out in the marketplace. So what are key benefits of Add seat? Well, obviously, improves the quality of life for people. It gets them around, makes them more mobile. But also is a very important thing. It means that they are independent of the family around them. They can get out and do things. That first mile, that last mile journey, to get from the home to a bus, to get from their home to the train is made that much easier. What does that mean? Well, I was speaking to various groups over in Brussels, and one of the things they said was that actually getting people who are disabled out on holiday is really interesting for them. Why? It's not just the one wallet of the person sitting on the wheelchair that's important. It's actually the 4 other people that come with them. So there's a lot of money that's actually behind, if you want the purple pound, as we call it in English. The other part is we're actually doing some research with one of the universities in the United Kingdom, is that what of our customers have come back to us and said is actually the seat itself has improved their body core. Because if you look at a traditional wheelchair, you're doing this. You're moving around like this. With the Add seat, your movement is in the core. That is extremely useful for physiotherapists. We're going to be the occupational therapist show next week in the United Kingdom, and there's going to be 5,000 physiotherapists there, and a lot of people really love this product. It really helps people get back to fitness. That's why the Employment Office here in Sweden like the product. So going back to our markets. Our two markets are the wheelchair or walking frame user, but also the second group is the aging population. They're both large markets, and I'll come to the actual numbers involved. Most of the people in the disabled market are actually getting support from state or insurance. In the United States, we will get insurance, people paying for it, insurance companies. In Europe, it's mainly the health authorities. But then we also got another group. This is the actual self-paying. The guys who are 50 and women 50 years old plus, who've got funds themselves, or the family will support the purchase. We were in Luleå on Sunday, demonstrating the Add seat, and the whole family tried the Add seat. The whole family saw the benefit of the Add seat, and they've all decided the man's going to have the Add seat. Why? Because it changes not just his life, but everybody's life in the family. The wife can go out for a walk with him. His friend can go for a beer with him down the local pub. The seat itself has got variable height. It goes up and down. It means you can come into various different locations. At the moment, we're having this conversation. I'm looking down on you. That's exactly how it feels to be in a wheelchair. What's the difference if we're at the same height? Much nicer. It's much more comfortable. It's much more comfortable for the person sitting on the Add seat, but also the family around them. It makes them feel more happier, more relaxed. So what's the market opportunity? Well, disability is a massive market. We'll take the lower parts later. We started off in Sweden. We sold into Norway and Denmark. We see a very large market across, obviously, in Europe. We're now in the United Kingdom. We're now in Holland and in Germany and Austria. We launched into the US back in 2016, and with sales going there now. And then last week, we were in China for our first exhibition there. And it was a high-tech exhibition. We were invited there. And there was 3,000 companies showing there. And we were one of 4 companies who won awards there for the product itself and the marketplace, which is absolutely fantastic for us. So we see China as extremely exciting for us. Late 2020, going into 2021. The team, what's the team? Well, basically my background is I've started around 8 companies. I love startups. I think they're really exciting. I think it's fantastic to take from a startup to a scale up, actually moving it into production. Marit Sundin, she's a downhill skier, Paralympic gold medalist, absolutely fantastic, and works with the Amputee Association there in Sweden. Ian Thompson is our chief designer. He's actually moved on now from Karma. He's actually based out in China. He's working for Global Automotives, actually designing 6 new cars out there. Plus he designs our product, hence why it's a pretty cool looking product now. Monica Sunderlin, expert in quality assurance, so we've got very high standards about what we manufacture. Why? Because people who buy our product deserve a really good product. It works. We know it works. And we've got a great team of production engineering and also sales and marketing. The team behind us, we actually don't just keep it the fact that our product goes out into the customer place. We actually work with Samhall. Samhall is a fantastic team of people. They have manufacturing plants across Sweden. We work with Svenstavik. Svenstavik is filled with people who are disabled, mentally or physically. And they're a great team of people. And the good thing about it is that the team that actually build it actually give us feedback into the quality of the product. So we actually got people who are actually manufacturing are actually putting it together for us, which is fantastic. And again, it means that some of our money comes back into the right place. So what are we looking for? Well, basically, we are doing a crowdfunding at the moment. We're funded by me. We're trying to raise around about 150,000 euros, 1 million, 1.5 million. We've got a top range of 5 million. That will allow us to do more things. Plus, we're also doing this research with the universities, with the University of East Anglia, and also we're going to be doing some work with Manchester. Plus, we'll be also working with university up in mid-Sweden as well, or mid-Sweden University. Our feeling is that the product is now ready for scaling up. It's been proven. We've sold it across multiple countries. And we've been recognised by various industries and various bodies as a product, which is really exciting. I'll finish off with one final slide. This is sadly one of my favourite customers in a perverse sort of way. Christian Olsen at MSC was one of our first customers about 5 years ago. Absolutely loved the product, had 4 years with it. Unfortunately, his MS has got so bad now he can't actually use that product anymore. He's permanently in a rather different type of vehicle, but he absolutely loved it. And we get this all the time from our customers. And for me, it's one of the greatest joys about this product is that we change people's lives, and people love the product. And I like selling the product. For me, if we can get more of these products out there, that's more exciting. Hence why we're doing the funding. And I'd love you guys to be involved if you'd like to. And I'm more than happy to answer questions.
Bra. Mike, som jag förstod, ni har 2 segment, eller vad ni kallar det. Först de som sitter i rullstol, eller hur? Och sen det du kallar livsstil. Men det här med livsstilsegmentet, vad är det för sorts människa? Förstår du, jag tänker, varför ska man köpa en AddSeat om man inte behöver sitta i rullstol?
I think the key thing about the AddSeat is it changes how people perceive you and how you perceive yourself as well. If I get to 50 years plus, and I'm 61 myself, what do I want? I actually want something that's going to get me around. Do I want to look good? Do I want to feel cool on? Do I want to feel comfortable on it? Do I want to not be embarrassed about what I'm sitting on? That's where the AddSeat comes in. Why do I buy a Harley Davidson? Why do I go on to that type of product? It's because I want something that's interesting. I've got the money in my pocket. I want mobility. But at the same time, I don't want this. There is a stigma about it. You ask all of our users why they use it. It is about the fact it makes them feel less traumatized by it. And as you get older, by definition, why shouldn't you have mobility? Why shouldn't the product be exciting? Why shouldn't it be fun? And that's the other part of it. This product is damn good fun. You know, it really is a lot of fun. You know, the guy we demonstrated to on Sunday, he's basically, the whole family were trying it. You know, he's almost on the verge of saying, am I ever going to sit on it? It's that type of product, and that's what's so exciting. It changes people's perception. Think about Harley Davidson. Harley Davidson cost you from 200,000, 150,000 krones upwards, whatever. This product's going to cost you very similar, 130, 150,000 krones, but it's actually more mobile. I can actually go into a shopping arcade with this. I can go into a lift with this. I can go on a train with this. Try and get out on a Harley Davidson to a Henderson Moritz. I think you're going to have a problem. So it's a little bit about the flexibility. You can go from home, you can get on the train, you can get around. And if it looks cool, you feel cool. What happens? You get out and about. And the people around you are less traumatized, if you want. They don't come up to you and go, oh dear, what happened to you? They go, wow, that's really cool. What's that? What's the ADSEAT? We've got some fantastic videos, and if you've got time, have a look at the videos we've got on YouTube. There's some great people who absolutely talk about this product, and they're really excited by it. So that's the difference. So the lifestyle guys they've got money in their pocket. They're going to say, I want to get mobility. I'm not going to be held at home. That's important. And then, of course, the disability group will get the support anyway from the state or wherever.
Det var, jag tänkte på, om vi tar de rullstolsburna då kan man få socialförsäkringssystemet eller vad det kallas i olika länder. Men då måste ni få de olika systemen i respektive land att bevilja, vad sa du att den kostar?
150 000.
150 000 kronor. Och hur ska ni bearbeta det segmentet?
Arbetsförmedling, the employment office, we worked with them for around 8 months. They tried the ADSEAT. They wanted to see how it worked. Did it work? Was there technical problems with it? Which there wasn't. There was no technical problems. Then they looked at the cost-benefit analysis of it and say, okay, how much does it cost us to support someone who's at home, who doesn't work? How much does it cost us if we could improve or save if we could improve their productivity? And what we found is that the vehicle costs 150,000 krones. It costs around between 600,000 to 700,000 for someone not to work in Sweden. So if we can increase someone's productivity by 25% per year, in the first year it's already paid for the machine. And that's where we go for. We'll actually look at what is the cost-benefit analysis of the actual seat to be out there. And with the Employment Office here in Sweden, and now with the Department of Work and Pensions in the United Kingdom, we're doing exactly the same. What's the cost-benefit analysis for actually having this seat? The other part that you save money on is how do you get people from their home to their work. You have Fjärrtjänst in Sweden, the taxi service that gets people from homes here. A lot of people actually use the ADSEAT to go to and from work. That saves taxis, that saves costs. It also changes how people work. If you work from 8 till 4, the normal Swedish working hours, you don't have to wait for your taxi to get you to work. You can get to work when you are ready to go to work. The other side of it is how do you feel when you leave? If the taxi comes at 4 o'clock, and you're needing to work until 5 o'clock, you don't need to wait or you need to go. You can actually leave when you want to. And that gives flexibility. So what we found is actually it's a cost-benefit analysis across all of the process. It's not at a cost, it's actually seen as savings. And as soon as you start talking to the Department of Workers and Pensions or Employment Office, you can prove savings, then all of a sudden they will pay for it. And hence the reason why the Swedish Employment Office will pay for it.
Who is the inventor for this chair, and how many patents do you have?
Who's the inventor? Marit Sundin is the inventor of the product, or the innovator of the product, and she's still part of the company. She's one of the owners with myself. Patents, we have no patents. When we actually started working with the patent lawyers, they asked us, where's the product now? We said it's here. Where's it going to be in 3 years' time? We said it's going to be here. Okay, those patents are going to be worthless. We've actually got things that we're looking at now which are going to improve the product. We will look at patents on. Because it's meaningless for us to do patents on a product that's actually out of date. And we've already moved on. The product we have in 2015 is not the product we have today. And it will not be the product we're going to have next year. So therefore we took a view on patents. They're absolutely meaningless. We can't afford them. If we spend that money on marketing, if we spend it on making ourselves as a brand leader, the leader out there, then that's about a better use of our money. And even our patent lawyers turned around and said exactly that. So we're confident this is the right approach. We've also, as I say, come back to is we've got ideas that we're actually working on, and as soon as we're ready to do that. The only disadvantage with patents, and the great things to have, is that you actually put out what your ideas are. If you put them out there, everybody else can copy them. And one of the things we had down in China was that it's very easy for people to copy. What they can't copy is if you are the brand leader. Apple's got a load of patents, but actually the reality, if you look at Samsung or whatever, it's very similar. They all make each other's parts for each other. The reality is, most important for us is to be the brand leader and get ourselves out there. And that's what we've done. I mean, with all of these awards, with all these things that we're doing, it actually means that people come and talk to us. We're the first that people come and talk to. So, yes, patents are great, but our view on IP is that we will take the IP when we think we've got something that's going to be worthwhile having for 5 years plus. Anything less than that, we've already moved on. And by the time we spent the money in defending those patents, that money would be better spent in marketing, Facebook or Google or whatever. So that's our view on it. So I hope that answers the question.
Jättebra, och stort tack Mike.
Thank you.